Canada has the largest housing bubble in the world. We have been hearing about this over time and time again, and this morning one of the strategists at Bloomberg also confirmed that narrative, that this is one of the largest, actually the largest housing bubble in the world. Because if you look at all the fundamentals, it is screaming at us that this is the largest housing bubble and it can go bust anytime. So what are those fundamentals? If you look at the house price to income ratio, off the charts, over 100%. If you look at debt to GDP ratio, off the charts, over 100%. If you look at the household debt to this disposable income ratio, which is also off the chart. So all of these indicators are not healthy at all. Plus, when you combine this with the rising interest rate, which is the most aggressive rate hikes in the last 20 years, this is going to have a major impact in the housing sector. We haven't seen that picture yet. Okay, we haven't seen the full impact of rate hikes yet. The reason is majority of the household who have mortgages on their properties are still locked with fixed rate mortgages. So out of all the outstanding mortgages, 70%, up to 70% have fixed rate mortgages, and they have locked their rates for 5 years, sub 3%, around 2.7% as an average. So when these mortgages are going to get renewed, which is going to happen in the next 2 or 3 years, when the interest rate is above 6%, imagine what's going to happen. So this is the impact that we haven't seen yet, because the variable interest rate holders are minority. The majority of the mortgage holders in this country are locked with fixed rate mortgage, which is sub 3%, and those mortgages are going to get renewed in the next 3 or 4 years, and this is when this will be a disaster for the housing sector. So think about that, guys. So don't expect rate cuts anytime soon. We are seeing the spikes in the yield, not only in the US but also in the Canadian bond market, and the reason is China is slowing down. That is going to have a very much negative impact on the global economy, which is why we're seeing the Chinese central bank is dumping US treasuries, to protect Chinese yuan, which is crashing against US dollar. So this will continue because China is slowing down in terms of its productivity growth, and of course it is going to have an impact on their currency, which is going to be saved by central bank by dumping US treasuries, and this is spiking the yields across the bond market, not in US but also in Canada as well. So imagine if the rates are going to stay up for next 5 years, what's going to happen to the most leveraged housing market. So look at this chart. So this is the forecast done by VOA based upon the historic rates trend and how the bond market is behaving. It is just a forecast for now, so take it with a pinch of salt. But imagine the scenario if the rates are going to stay at above 4% or 5% mark, how much damage it is going to do in the housing market in Canada, which is already over leveraged with all those fundamentals, which is screaming at us that this is the biggest housing bubble in this world. Take it what it's worth and let me know what you think. Put your comments down below and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.